Uh, Hello everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Please write in the chat box.
Questions.
Hello everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Please respond in the chat box.
Questions box, they will be responding. Chat box.
Okay, yeah, in the question box. Okay, so yeah, let's start. Myself, Hiral Soni from Aimtech Business Solutions Private Limited. We are into sales and implementation of Tally, and also into customization and training. So we help various industries to give them solution and provide solutions so that they can easily work and they can uh, do their work faster than what they used to do earlier. Okay. So today's session is about how to unlock your lockdown effectively. So how to use your potential in the right way so that you can use these Tally customizations to ease your work. Okay. So I will first run this small this profile video for you all.
And
What
out.
is AimTech all about? Yeah. So these are our customizations services we cater. These are our useful customizations. CA admin for chartered accountants. These are for Builder Pro for construction industries. Integrations. Yeah. So I welcome Mr. Puneet Mehta, CA Puneet Mehta, to begin this session. He will guide you through the what are the audit tools, what are the different uh, how to use Tally effectively in your lockdown, and he will guide us through the important and effective tools of tools and customizations developed in Tally. So I welcome Mr. CA Puneet Mehta to please begin the session.
Yeah. Thank you, Hiral bhai, and a very warm welcome to all of you for this early morning. It's been more than 31 days that we all are locked down, and we all are trying to search what effectively that we can do it. And some of the things that came to our mind, came to our team, is that since this is a financial year end which has just gone down, and a time where a lot of people would be working on getting their data right and data updated. So we thought, let us share our knowledge in terms of what are the audit procedures which are available in Tally. At the same time, few of our customization which can help you to work effectively during this trying period. So the entire objective of today's session is that only. My suggestion before we start with the actual presentation, I observed that about 68 or 70 people have just joined in. uh, if you can just note down your expectation or your working in next 5 minutes in the questions, it would be really great. And by the time, since this time is very important and essential, and I thank you all of you for taking out time and ensuring that you are learning something new. So by the time you put your questions, and we keep those 5 minutes for you to provide us the expectation of today's program, I would request Hiral bhai to start with Tally, and I'll just show you one quick feature which is necessary for all of us. I will start with the presentation once we are through with this quick features. So um, uh, as I told you, by the time I will finish these features, I would request each one of you to put up the questions that what are the challenges being faced, or what is the expectation of today's webinar more precisely, because that would help us to sort out or to provide a detailed review of what we can do in next 1 hour. Okay, so let me share a simple but and very effective tool with all you guys, that since the year end has just begun, year end has just gone there, and we are into the new year. Most of us from chartered accountancy background would be auditing for the client, that okay, the what was his previous year's working, and how is it. So one of the fantastic feature that Tally has brought in is this audit and compliance. Earlier it was available only for the auditors, but now it is available to anybody and everybody. The main criteria is you should go in security control, that is your alter company creation page, and enable the security. Once the security is enabled, you can come to this menu which is called audit and compliance menu. Audit and compliance menu, in that there are multiple things: audit documentation, analysis, journals, and financial statements. But one thing I really love is this audit analysis. So audit analysis helps us in doing our audit very effectively. Friends, I will share one feature right now and few other features at the end of the session. I have kept, I will once again repeat my things. Okay, this is just a teaser to start with what is available in Tally. There are few more features that I really love, and I want all of you to adopt it. It does not take cost, it does not cost anything. It is there within your own functionality. Those I will be discussing with you. But right now, what I really love is this verification of chart of accounts. So for verification of chart of accounts, what we have to do is that we have to first load our previous year's company. So on the right hand side, there is a control alt F3 compare. So I have two companies which are loaded. Okay, and I have the current year company is there, and I have also loaded the previous year. Select this previous year 10/01/011. Yeah, enter. Okay, so once this compare is done, you have to load two companies, and then you have to go in this menu called verification of chart of accounts. That is the first menu. As I told you, the gateway of Tally, you go to audit and compliance, and then go to audit analysis. So here what we get is that what are the chart of accounts balances which was available during the entire year. Okay, and you go out, and there are few features which are there, that is accounts squared up during the year, not available, only used in current year. Okay, you can go in any of those and see what are the various things? Escape and come out. Escape, escape, escape. Yeah, verification of balances. Audit analysis. See, since I have loaded the previous year company, Tally on its own compares my two balances, that is my current year balance and the previous year balance, and shows that where is the difference. Friends, this particular process takes huge amount of time. I have seen chartered accountants waste starting first 2 or 3 days just to compare the balances. And here, if you see in the verification of balances menu, we could compare it in 2 minutes. So opening balance and closing balance of the previous year and opening balance of the current year, we can compare it in within a minute. We also have some kind of artificial intelligence that the loans and liability, this particular group, there are some balances which are changed. So once we go inside this, we will come to know, go inside loans and liabilities. So there are some balances which has got changed. Okay, so here we find that in the previous year there was some balance of Muthoot Finance which was not there, and in the current year it is there. Okay, it was in the name of Maruti Bankers. So if you are okay, then fine. And in this year the company name has got changed. So this is how we compare that in the previous year the same balance was there, but it was there in some other ledger name, and in the current year it is there in the some other ledger name. So you can tick spacebar and put your comments as well, that yes, this is verified. On the right hand side, Alt F9 button is there, and you can enter it and put your comments also on that. Verified, found okay. Yes, escape, come back to the gateway of Tally screen. Yes. So friends, this was verification of opening balances, the third menu, verification of balances. And this is how you can also come to know what are the things, what are the various aspects. So let me take you to the presentation once again. Let me also see that, do we have any questions? Hiral bhai, can we make it full screen because it's not clear? For some, it was not visible.
I think
Increase
it's
of
full
volume.
screen, sir.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is full screen,
Increase
sir.
of volume. Yes, we'll see. Okay. Right. There was some
I think they
integration
can
request which has come up.
rotate.
Yeah.
They can rotate the screen, their mobile screens if they are watching through mobile. Rotate it, and they can see in the landscape mode. That will be, I think, better, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's come to the presentation part. Friends, before I start on the presentation part, let me share that Tally is providing, as of now, they have announced till 30th of April, a completely free 1 month trial license. You can go on Tally, www.tallysolutions.com, and register your email ID and your phone number. It is there on the home screen itself. And provide, maybe you can also select Aimtech Business Solutions as 5-star partners, and thereby you would be getting 1 month free Tally license. What you can do with that 1 month free trial license? One is, it is a full usage, full use software. It does not have any ifs and buts like the other part, that in educational version we can enter only for 3 days. No such restriction is there. For 1 month, you can enter any other ID. You just have to provide 5 fields. One is your name, phone number, email ID, and the PIN code, and then select the partner. You can select the partner as Aimtech Business Solutions South Mumbai as your 5-star certified partner. That is one thing that you can do it. And one of our team member you can then call us or inform us on the sales at aimtechbs.in. One of our team member will call you and help you in terms of installation. But just by providing this 1 month details, you get 1 month trial license. So before I start my actual presentation, just I wanted to share that this 30-day free pack is available to all the users except for those who have already purchased Tally license earlier. So if your company ID or if your phone number has already been stored as they have been purchased earlier, please do not use those email ID and phone number. Otherwise, there is no such restriction. You can just download it and update it. Okay, friends, what is today's agenda? Today's agenda is to learn about audit features in Tally as we have just completed the year end. So what are some interesting audit features? I cannot cover all even if we take 2 hours, but some very few interesting audit features which I really love about it. Those I'm going to discuss. Further, we are also going to discuss about the tools that are developed in Tally to complete your financial statements, because finance is something, your balance sheet, profit and loss account preparation is there. Some of us prefer to print the default Tally balance sheet, but many of us prefer to update the Excel sheets. So how you can do it quickly? We are also going to work on how we can help you in terms of GST audit. What are some critical things that we can share with you for completing your GST audit? And the third and most important part is the income tax scrutiny. Friends, there is a surprise for chartered accountants, for those who wish to work in this area a lot more. So we would be then providing certain important features of updations of masters, how you can correct the client data whenever you receive it, what are the certain nitty-gritties for doing that, that also we can provide. And by learning this, you would we 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 would appreciate that you would help yourself to earn more. So it is not just implementing, it is also learning, and by learning that should result in earning more. So friends, let's get it going in our uh, presentation. So what are the aspects of financial statements? Let me throw some questions to you. What are the questions that we have? Sachin says 100 entries in a day, and I realize that it's a wrong company. How do I ensure that those are then updated in the correct company? Yes, Sachin, we can help you out on this. Here, if you could just note it down, we will definitely help. Would like to help Sachin on this. Yeah. Any more questions on this? 100% of data is not available at home. Okay, what we could prepare to save our future time? Yes, there are some things on masters and transactions that we would be sharing, and along with the audit tool, one quick information that I would be doing. So if you have a collaborative approach, if 3 persons are working in the same data, how we can ensure that all three are entering, as well as how the single data is updated, what we can do for that apart from remote access that is available in Tally. We would not be discussing on that, so we will be discussing on one interesting feature of Tally. Okay, yeah, it's good to note it down. Yeah, yeah. So when we look at financial statements, let me throw some questions to you. Okay, uh, while exporting the trial balance from Tally, okay, most of us, what we have done is that they reformat the trial balance. Because what I find is that the current trial balance what Tally throws is a trial balance which is not good to work with in Excel sheet, because there are subtotals which come along with the group name and which is very cumbersome to link with. Is there a simpler way out to ensure that yes, we can do the without link, without reformatting much, we can prepare our financial statements? Because it is not just preparation of financial statements, it is updation also. So the moment you update it once or twice or thrice, it has to go in a very quick manner. So I'm sure Hiral today would explain us that how we can do it in a click of button creation, as well as some part of updation as well. Next. This was a long problem which many chartered accountants shared with us, that uh, the names of loans, liability, ledger accounts are not available. Now, if I am printing a balance sheet of an individual for who has come to me for filing return, I do not get the details of cash and bank accounts, loan accounts, and for that I have to print another schedule. And friends, for printing, the problem is not of printing. The problem is that many times the user forgets that what is it. They just print the first page of the balance sheet, and because of that the next year is getting more and more complex. So how do we get the breakup of sundry debtors, creditors, loan accounts, or cash and bank accounts, whatever ledger we may have in the Tally, wherever the balances are, those available in Tally? So how do we get that? That is very important, and a lot of chartered accountants have shared their concern with us. And if that concern is there with you as well, you can note it down in the question. Yes, I want to know the answer, that how do I get the breakup of cash bank account on the face of balance sheet? Please put up. So if you want to know, please put up your questions as well in the question box. It will help us to encourage. Again, this again has come from chartered accountants perspective, that many times clients data are updated once, twice, or thrice. But when the return was filed, it was 29th of the last month of the due date, and after that some other data might have come, might not have come, but the user or the article clerk or the employee forgets which Tally data he has finalized the balance sheet. So that whenever he's taking the printout, the chartered accountants requested that we should get to know, okay, this was the final data that we took it, so that at least that they can go to that location and take the backup of that location. How do we get that? How do you come to know from which Tally data you finalize the balance sheet? Okay, so friends, today's session, as I told you, is divided into multiple parts. In the first few minutes, I explained about the financial statement concern. After this, we will take up Tally once again. I will request Hiralbhai to complete in next 10 minutes about the financial statements, give us the solution for all these three questions and maybe more. You might have it. And at the same time, after this 10 minutes, we will have for income tax, same thing, some questions, what are those answers that we are trying to find. And at the same time, after those 10 minutes, we will then focus on the GST audit. And the fourth part, that is how you can earn more from Tally, that is by updating your clients data and what it is, that we will take up fourth. And of course, lastly, we will take up again the audit tool and some questions and answers whichever way we can. Hiral bhai, over to you. Please start with the
Yes, sir.
financials aspect.
Yeah. So basically, financial statements financial statements includes balance sheets, P&L, and yeah, also trial balance. The trial balance. So what we have done in this reporting is, in balance sheet, we have given the detailed view here. So whenever you can see here, it's detailed. I will expand all the levels in detailed format, yes, and automatically it comes in a detailed format, so that you can print this balance sheet from here, and also the sundry debtors and creditors list can be seen here, because in normal balance sheet you won't be able to see those details And also we have here that what we have given here is we have given this company path printing so that you can know that from which path that balance sheet was being prepared and it was finalized. So data path you can see here, see users desktop webinar 25. So this was the data path from which the data was being finalized, and I have printed the balance sheet. So you can know very well that which was the final balance sheet and which was the final company which I have incorporated into my income tax and other statutory reportings. And also you can have a detailed profit and loss account. So it will save your time, and if you print this, all the ledger accounts and all the balances will get printed on the face only. And this feature is very amazing feature. See, trial balance. I will first show you the default trial balance. Display trial balance. In this trial balance, the reporting is you can see here the group and then ledger account. Again the group and then ledger account. So this is, and also you can see the group totals over here. Loans and liabilities, there are the group totals over there. So from this you cannot prepare, you cannot link your ledgers to the final account statements, to the balance sheet notes and P&L notes. So what we have done is due with the information what we received from the chartered accountants and professionals, we have developed this columnar report, this columnar trial balance report, which will be helpful for you to link the balance sheets and profit and loss. So I'll just show you a quick demo of this. See, this is the final accounts what I have exported. So from this primary to this debit and credit totals, I have just copy pasted what I showed you in the tally. From this primary to the debit and credits, I have just exported and I have copy pasted it here. Okay, from C column to J column. And what I've done is I've kept A and B as vacant. In A column, I have just grouped it as assets or liabilities, because I can easily sort from the D column. And what I've done is I have just mentioned in which grouping it should be reflected. So in P&L note, suppose this is the bank charges is having 32,217, and suppose I just want to shift it to commission. By mistake it has gone to bank charges and I just want to shift it to commission. So I'll just copy this commission word. I will go here, I will go to bank charges here, and I'll just paste this here. Okay, so automatically due to formatting and due to formulas, it will get shifted to commission, and automatically it will get linked to balance. The P&L note will get linked to profit and loss, and balance sheet note will get linked to balance sheets. And you can see here the difference is 0. So you can easily prepare the final account statement through this trial balance, detailed trial balance. So normally it takes approximately 1 to 2 days to link it and even update it every now and then. So you can easily export this trial balance, and even if there are multiple new entries occurring up, so you can export this trial balance and you can copy paste in that Excel sheet. So that Excel sheet was just a demo. You can even prepare better than that using the Excel formulas and macros. So this was all about the finalization part, what you can do, how you can quickly prepare, and how you can easily link your balance sheets, your trial balance to profit and loss and balance sheets. Yes, sir. We can move to next part, sir.
Friends, before we move to the next part, which of these three features you really liked it? Please let us know in the questions. it would help us to encourage more. Okay, the next part is about the income tax. Next slide. Hiral.
Yeah.
So how do you analyze whether how do you analyze the receipts that you get from customers, is whether they are how much percentage is cash and how much percentage is bank, so that you can charge whether 6% or 8% income tax rate has to be applied under section 44 AD of Income Tax Act. So it is very important to analyze that income tax receipts, the cash and the bank receipts. So how do you get that? Where do you get this list of parties who have given the loans and advances with the address and along with the debit and credit details? Of course, debit and credit details should mean maybe the receipts and payments, but that one needs to check. But what we have effectively done, try to do, is that list of parties where if we can just give it, because this is some common schedule that all of us require when we are working in for tax audit purposes. How do you get the list of parties for which expenses is accounted for more than 2 lakhs is important, because that is the first question which any income tax officer would ask. By total, I'm not interested in which head the debit has gone. I want that for each party, whether you have paid, whether in profit and loss account, whether you have accounted expensed for more than 2 lakh or not. I want it along with the party. Now, how do you get it? It is very difficult to get it in the normal scenario. But let us see if Hiral Bhai has got some solution over it. And the fourth part is that, yeah, that is it. Let's go to the tally once again, the menu, what we have. Oh, sorry, there was one more aspect. Hiral Bhai.
Yeah.
Yeah, list of parties for which TCS is to be charged. Suppose if you want to check whether the turnover has increased 50 lakhs or not in the current year, if you want to see, then how do you ensure that you have an analysis that from the sales account and to a customer, whether that 50 lakhs turnover has crossed or not. So Hiral bhai, if you
Yes,
could
sir.
just share all the answers for these four questions. And friends, I have the question answer sessions is open. You can add few more questions of yours, and we will take up as and when time is available to us. So please keep asking questions to us. And the previous part, as I had mentioned, put your note on financial statements as well. And now, Hiral, take us to Tally and show how we
Yeah.
can get all the four answers and more on this.
Yeah, so I'll quickly go through the first question regarding 44 AD. We have made a report like you have a sales receipt report. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. See the sales receipt report. I will select this. Oh, I think so. Wait, I'll disable these companies. Yeah. So this sales receipt report is having the receipts like from which debtor I received cash, how much I received in cash and how much I received in bank. So accordingly, you can find out that what was my cash receipts and bank receipts from that particular debtor. So you can easily analyze that whether 6% will rate of tax will be applied or 8% will be applied in and as per under section 44 AD. So here you can analyze that how much what was the receipt and from which source I received that receipts. So this is the report from which you can analyze. Second, how do you get the list of parties of loans and advances? So for loans and advances, if I go to party transaction listing and loans and liabilities, you can easily have the listing like what was the opening balance. Suppose I took a loan from director D of rupees 1,78,000 and mean in during the year it was even I increased the loan by 1,20,000 and so the balance got 2,98,000. So you get the detail, the report here along with the addresses and also the PAN numbers. If I select your PAN as yes, I can also see the PAN numbers. So here, this is the report from where you can get the loans and advances details. And yeah, if you want to have the expenses more than 2 lakhs, so what you can do is go to revenue ledger extracts or as group extracts. I'll go to group extracts, indirect expenses, and you can find here, or else if you go to the revenue ledger extracts, you can find the expenses. What was the net total expenses from indirect expense? Also, you can find out like GST registration type. Say if you want to have a look like what was, say I'll select the direct income, and this direct income was from which part, from which registration type. Say I just want the consumer sales. So I'll select consumer and I'll get the consumer sales right away from here. Also, I'll get if I want to see the regular sales, I'll be able to see the regular sales from here immediately. Okay. Yes, and list of parties for which the TCS is to be charged if the sales is more than 50 lakhs. So list of party like party transaction, party balance report, or else we can also go to party transaction listing and we can select sundry debtors and we can see here the what was the net balances or party balances. We can also filter amount from here and we can see like what was the amount if sales has been increased. If the sale is increased by 50 lakhs, and I will have to charge TCS to this party accordingly. And also we have many other type of reports in the income tax uh, this scenario, like voucher extract party wise. If I am selecting a particular sales voucher type, I will be able to see what was the extract of those parties in of the sales voucher type. In sales voucher type, these are my debtors I have dealt with, and accordingly I will select this particular party and I can have a extract of that. Then I already show this showed you this sales receipt report. Also we have a bank cash group summary. In this, if I'm selecting a cash ledger, so you can easily see that for this Gujarat creditor I have paid more than 20,000 and I mean 20,400. So you can disallow these expenses. You can anyway it was actually means in installment it was 5,400 and 15,000. So in total it is 20,400. So it is exceeding 20,000. So if you want to disallow in that particular return, you can disallow this expenses. You can check out what exactly it is all about. And also we have ledger books, ledger. So you have this reporting, compact reporting. So in this this ledger view, you can have the check number and narration in the same line in the columnar format, so that you don't have you do not waste on your paper, and also you do not you can easily print much more data on that particular, not wasting much paper, and you can easily print much data in this particular format. Also, you can reconcile easily. You have this debit credit totals, and also we have also given this T ledger format, easy for reconciliation and easy for viewing purpose, also easy for printing. You get all the details here, addresses, GST number, contact number, PAN, mobile phone number. So with this, this was all about the income tax reporting. So we can easily get these type of reports which are necessary for income tax and scrutiny reporting. Yes, so we'll move forward. So would you like to add anything?
Yeah, friends. As we see, it was not about questions that we asked for as a precursors to the income tax modules that was showed. Uh, More important than that, it was the way in which we do the scrutiny. We get these information. This is the tool not exactly telling you what to do, but at the same time helping you to do more, helping you to do some menial work in a quick efforts. So if you see the loan accounts, there were address along with the address which was there, debit and credit, or if you see the entire ledger account with narration on the right hand side column, it was something really interesting when we saw. And when we give a PDF printout to the your income tax officer, the space entirely is used. Okay, and the entire page is used along with the reduction of font. So that helps in saving paper as well. So it's not just saving time, it's saving paper as well. So uh, which of these was you really liked it, which you did not like it? Please keep asking your questions in the question box. I am answering to these while Hiral Bhai is taking us through the presentation. I am trying to answer each one of your queries. So keep asking it, and at the same time let's move on to the next part. Because this is a 1 hour session, 1 hour 10 minutes or whatever it may be, we have to reduce it as much as possible. For some of the participants we might feel that it is going slightly faster. Yes, it might, you might feel, but for them we will have alternative availables by providing videos or by providing one-to-one session. So let's move forward, Hiral bhai.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go to the GST reports.
Yeah.
So the important aspects while doing GST is that, as we saw in 1718, we did not get this detail that government asked us as an auditor that why you please reverse the clients or you please inform us that clients are the tax amount is reversed if they have not made the payment within 180 days. How do you get that? It is very difficult. For being first year, we ignored it because 6 months was the 1718 was only 9 months for which GST was applicable. Fine, not much complication. But in 1819, this is not going to be there. You need to ensure that in whichever month the 6 months period is over, you have to reverse it. How do you get those details? Currently, I have not seen any software providing it. It is just that we are providing the tool to get you to that. I'll tell you, we are not providing whether it is 180 days or not. We are telling you we are showing you the tool. How do you get that detail in a minute? Okay. How do you get the GST rate, HSN wise purchase and sales summary, and allow for making purchase and sales summary with the transaction? So as we had mentioned in the uh, uh, agenda for the day, it is the tool at each transaction level. What was the final accounting which was made? What was the HSN code which was selected? And according to that, you can analyze and decide that which transaction is entered right or wrong. Can you reconcile the statutory books and the company books? Again, a very typical question, but we have tried to address that as well. Uh, we have tried to address that as well. Uh, Hiral bhai, I would request you to show us, to
Yes.
take us to the GST audit functionalities also. Friends, to tell you very frankly, this again is going to be a 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes scenario where Hiral is going to show you how the GST is going to work. Okay. After that, the next part would come in. Hiral bhai, please take us to that
Yes, sir.
audit, GST audit,
Sure.
and at the same time,
Yeah.
keep asking your questions. I am trying to answer to all of you in that question answers. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So GST reports, we have made a huge reporting. We have made a complex reporting much easier. So in particular GST reporting, like say if I'll go to purchase GSTR2, in this single report we have added so many columns, almost 73 columns we have added, and it is more fruitful that if you export the single report, you can apply pivot in the Excel and you can retrieve so many reporting formats, so many reporting from this one report. So I will start with this first thing. You can see this GSTR date and GST availed in the first and second column. So what we have done is, uh, see, normally if I'm getting a purchase invoice in on 31st March 2019, and a party has given me credit in March itself, and I have also taken in my books in March month, but the physical invoice what I received was in April month or say May month, because he has delayed the physical delivery of the invoice. So I have not booked my invoice, but I have taken in my GSTR 2 and 3B in the March month. So in that case, suppose if that is the scenario, what was the problem which many of the chartered accountants and clients were facing, that they were not able to reconcile the statutory books and GST books at one go. So for that we have given GSTR date option here. So you can put here that you have availed the availed this expense ITC in the month of March 2019, and you have availed us, yes, you have availed the GST, just have to write it yes. Okay. So accordingly you will be able to see here that your invoice was of 1st April. I mean, in the books it is entered in the 1st April, but I have taken in the March month because I have selected the period of 1st April to 19th April. So easily you can mention your dates, like in which month of return you have taken this ITC, or you have taken this particular entry in your GST returns. So when you export for a whole year, you can easily reconcile this. Then secondly, we also have given in this particular report, we have given item description, I mean the ledger group and ledger description, you can see here. Also we have given the GSTR 9C head. So as per the table 14, you have to bifurcate your purchases into specific heads given by government. So we have make sure that we have given here in the ledger, we have given these heads selection. You can also add further heads if you want to. So once you select this, it will automatically appear in this particular report. So you don't have to bifurcate every time. Whenever the printing and stationery is being selected in the entry, automatically stationery expense will get selected in GST and 9C head. And also we have given here HSN and SAC code, SAC HSN wise summary. So I will export this quickly and I'll show you how you can get the reporting in Excel format. So from one single report, you can derive so many reports. So this is a superb and outstanding report what we have configured and what we have developed. So quickly say I'm inserting a pivot, and you can just quickly select your HSN wise HSN, and you can also select the party or say tax amount. item taxable value, the totals, and accordingly CGST rate, CGST amount, SGST amount, and so further. So in this manner, this should be sum. So in this manner, you can derive so many reports from this particular single report. So in this, we have given CGST, SGST rate. So rate wise summary is also possible. HSN wise summary is also possible. Also, we have the GST number. We have this import. Is this an import of goods or services? Bill of entry number, date. Then B2B and B2C summary also you can derive from if you export it as a, if you select in pivot business type, you can easily filter the B2B and B2C invoices. And the best part what we have given is, we have given here is a payment date. So suppose my invoice was of 1st April and I have paid to that client on 17th April. I've made 2 installments on 17th April. Partly I've made part installment in 17th April and a part payment on the same date. Or else if you'll consider this one, 10th April, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So this particular payment was reconciled on 20th April in my books of accounts. Okay, so here you can easily find, and you can easily derive that whether 180 days has been lapsed or not, and accordingly you can reverse the ITC if it is increasing 180 days or more. So this was a single report which can derive from which you can get so many reporting formats. Similarly, we have made for GSTR1. I'll just quickly show you. It's almost more or less similar format what we have made for GSTR1. So even here it is income group is there, particular ledger name is there. Then HSN wise is HSN SSE code is there. GST rates are there. So it is more or less similar format, and you can derive from this format also the same reports. We have also done the credit note, debit note for GSTR2 and GSTR1. GSTR3B is the same as of the default tally. And additional reporting what we have done is party-wise voucher register we have given. So in this particular voucher type register, you can select a sales. Suppose I have selected a sales voucher type, and from this you can find out that to Karnataka debtor what I have sold in that particular period. This is the totals of all the ledgers selected in those particular sales voucher type. So professional income was total 2,25,000 and IGST total was 6,65,140. And accordingly you can also select, you can change the voucher type and go to purchase. So now here this voucher type, say if I'm selecting a purchase voucher type and Maharashtra creditor, so on training charges I had deducted say 10,450 of the TDS, 10% TDS. So you can easily reconcile from here that TDS amount is 10% and it has been deducted properly. If you find here short deduction or excess deduction, you can easily go to that particular ledger and find out that where was the error actually there. So you can also reconcile TDS from here if it has been selected in the purchase voucher type. So this is the columnar representation of that particular purchase voucher type. So this was all about GSTR reporting. So you can easily find the 180 days purchases more than 180 days. Also you can find the GSTR rate HSN wise, and also you can reconcile the books through the date you can mention over there.
Fine. Fantastic, Hiral bhai. So nice of you to complete it in 10 minutes. Friends,
Yes, sir.
So let's move forward and take the level further in terms of understanding that what are the things this tool can do. Okay, many times as a chartered accountant or as a client itself or this thing, we get some queries. Next slide, Hiral.
Yeah.
Okay, we get the queries that we need to update our email address or vendor's phone numbers or contact details at one go. So we are keeping behind the salespeople, and they just don't update it in at individual levels. But if they are given an Excel sheet, they will update it in 2 days and then come back to us. How can we do it in 2 minutes? How can you update the banking details? Now, since this COVID 2019 situation, we need to ensure that we are putting all the vendors' bank details in our bank accounts so that it is easier for us to make the net banking or use net banking features of Tally. Instead of keeping it here and there, can we store it at one place? Can we use that effectively? Let's see how. Similarly, while GST rates, whatever is applicable to the inventory is available in default Tally, but what has been configured in the masters is not available directly. So this was the query that a lot of our chartered accountant friends and other friends asked us. There are 15 income accounts, 15 expense accounts. As a master, what is the GST rate which has been configured? So that they can go and ask the client, Baba, you are making the mistake out here. See, this is not the correct rate at which you should be charging from the ledger masters. Friends, to tell you very frankly, Tally has got a very different system of charging of GST. It starts from company to accounts group to ledger group to item and various other things. What here we want to show is that what has been configured at the ledger level. How do you come to know that there are ledger level at what rate that has been charged? Similarly, if you wish to find that there are, as we saw in that audit tool, that there are multiple ledger accounts which have not been used in the current year, which are not used in the previous year, they are there, and they are just there. So the accountant could make a mistake. How do you delete them at one go? Okay, so these are the 4 or 5 questions, and there are a lot many others also could come up. So let's see what solution Hiral Bhai has it. Hiral Bhai, over to you.
Yes, sir. So I'll start with the export import. So this export import facility, what we have given here is you can export a ledger. I'll show you live. I'll export this ledger file. So this export basically is about I'm exporting the ledger configurations of all the ledger details of all the ledgers, the details mentioned in there. So with the help of this, you can export this file and you can make the modification in the Excel file, and then you can re-import. Say there is just one condition, that you don't have to rename this particular name column, because on the basis of name it will alter the other details and other attributes what we have mentioned in here. So if you want to change the group, you can change the group from here. You can also change the as Puneet sir said, you can change the addresses. You can say in this particular any of the, say in ABC Debtor Private Limited, I'm just modifying this particular address. Okay. Say it is not of Vilepale, it is of Andheri, and Mumbai is same. So I've just modified this particular address, and if I'm also modifying, say the GST number, if there is a modification, I can also modify the GST number. I can, and say suppose if there is an income ledger, say this is my income ledger, consultancy fees income. Okay, this is under the group direct income, and say if I want to change the GST rate of this particular ledger, so currently the GST rate is based on value and it is 9%. So for this consultancy income, I'm changing it to say 12%, or else I mean 6%, and this is IGST is 12%. Okay, so I've made changes here. So I've made changes in the two ledgers, in consultancy fees income and ABC Data Private Limited. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just close this file and I will again re-import it. I'll go to import ledger. I will press Alt C, create, and alter if I want to. You can also change the opening balances. So I don't want to change the opening balances. I'll press no. Okay. So now you can see here. I will go to ABC Data Private Limited. See the Vileparle address has been changed to Andheri. What I just changed right now, Lakshmi Villa Andheri, and also we will go to consultancy income. See, the GST rates has been modified to 12%. So this was with the effect from beginning. So 1st April 2019, it got changed to 12%. So similarly, you can modify the details as per you want. So what modification we have given is this I showed you about the ledger. Similarly, you can do for the group. You can change the groups. You can change the name of the groups, the alias, or if you want to change the voucher type, you you want to import the voucher types. There are n number of voucher types in particular company, so you can change the voucher type here. You can import it, and the best part is you can import the stock items, because if the trading industries and if there are clients who are using another software and they are having a particular 5,000 line items of stocks, so what they can do is they can put those stock items in this Excel format. They can import it quickly into Tally, because entering 5,000 stock items all the way single in Tally one by one entry, it's very difficult and not practical to do that. So we have also given for stock item and stock group, and for the ledger groups, voucher types, cost categories, cost centers accordingly. And yeah, the another feature was that if you want to delete the unwanted masters, so if there are unwanted groups which are not having any opening balances and they are just uh, getting transferred to your data year after year, after splitting off the data, there are many unused masters and unused groups left in your company, so you can delete them and save your data space, save your Tally data space, so that it's not getting whenever there are multiple concurrent backups happening, so you can easily avoid those unwanted data. You can delete from here. There are no unused ledgers, but if there are any, you can delete from here. So you can also delete the stock items, the unwanted stock items, unwanted unit of measurements, unwanted stock groups accordingly. So this was all about the other functions what we have given in this particular AMBAP reporting.
Okay, wonderful. Here, can we move forward? So, as we
Yes, sir.
saw,
Yeah.
there are four aspects. There are four aspects. First was all about financial reporting. Second was about income tax. Third was about GST, and the fourth was about the other part. That is an amazing tool built by the team of Aimtech Business Solutions, and it is especially for chartered accountants so that they can enable themselves in their business advisory process. That is the role that we wish enable chartered accountants to work more on that, right? So let's move forward as we had promised. Okay, Hirvai, if you could just share your offer, so that we can by the time they decide, we can go on the working as well. So please
Yes, sir.
carry out with the offer. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this AIMTech BAP, this AIM BAP reporting, this is a consolidated report, one single customization. What we have done, we have included many different types of reports in this one particular customization. So I normally what we charge is 18,000 plus GST. This is the normal price what we have been charging since a long time. And however, due to this COVID-19 situation and due to this uncertain lockdown, so we have slashed the price to 12,000 plus GST. And yeah, for the attendees who are attending this webinar, for them specially, we have a special offer just for today, that just one condition, that they have to book a free trial of 6 days today itself. They have to uh, go to this link, this AIMBAP trial, this bit.ly AIMBAP trial. Okay, the link I will mention in the next slide also. You can have a screen, you can get a screenshot, or you can write it down somewhere. So if you're purchasing the, if you're booking a free trial today, you will be eligible for the special price of 10,000 plus GST, and also you will be able to get a free MIS module TCP worth rupees 3,000 free. So this is the special price of 10,000 plus GST just for today. And those who are booking a free trial of 6 days today, for them only. For others, the price will be 12,000, as I mentioned in the earlier slide. And those who are booking a free trial today, they will also get the address book module TCP free. So what you can do is, you can just go to this link bit.ly /aim_bap_trial, and you can just fill up this Google form immediately, so that our executive will contact you uh, as per your desired time, and he will install uh, this free trial. And you don't have to worry about the tally, because even if you are not having a tally license, then we can provide you a 30 days free trial, as Puneet sir said in the beginning. So even we can do that for you. So this is the link, you can have a screenshot, or you can just write it down somewhere. And many because this is the best offer, I think it will be given. And so you utilize this offer, and utilize this opportunity to get this done. So if everyone has written down, I will move to the next slide.
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
come on
So,
this particular slide once again if it is required. If you have any
yeah.
questions, please keep asking it. And by the time you write, some of you write the questions, some of you are not wanting to know more on Tally Audit. So let's go to Tally Audit functionality once again. We showed one specific feature to you, how to compare your previous year trial balance to the current year. By the time Hiralbhai loads those two companies, I will just brief you that Tally Audit feature is available since very long. We've been informing a lot of our chartered accountants to use that. Initially, yes, there are some difficulties in using. It was only available in the auditors features, but now it is available in any and every. You can just enable it by going to the security control and using a default Tally security functionality, and by that you can just enable it. Okay, so let's go to audit and compliance menu. Okay, so if you see, there are four features out here. Okay, the audit documentation, audit analysis, audit journals, and financial statements. I'll give you a brief of that. Audit documentation is nothing but planning of the audit. If the chartered accountant wants to ensure that whatever audits that he's doing, he can put in the entire documentation, and he can also put the notes to it. Can you go into the audit documentation?
Yeah.
So he can put the audit program, auditor's report, okay, the standards of auditing, what it is. He can also put his working papers. Those working papers, if you had observed that while Hiralbhai was comparing the trial balance of previous year and the current year, here put the note verified found okay. So this would get automatically copied in this audit working papers at all levels. That is a possibility out there. At the same time, auditor's report and annexures to audit report is also available. You can print those reports. But currently, I want to show a feature which I'm really excited to share with you guys, that this is one audit feature that everybody must use. Each commercial organization must use. Each auditor must use. Escape or go to audit analysis. Other analysis, the last part, that is below release, and there is one particular aspect is called external confirmation, third party confirmation. Friends, as we have completed our year, we should get confirmation from all our debtors, creditors, and loan accounts. We should get this confirmation. How do we get this confirmation? This is a default feature of Tally. Okay, you just have to come here. If you see the path, it is there on the bottom of the screen. That is Tally, gateway of Tally, audit compliance, audit analysis, other analysis, and then external confirmation. That is there on the bottom of it. Here you have to select, okay, this is a sundry creditors. If you want it for loan, on the right hand side it is given as a group feature, F4. Click on F4 if you want it for loan accounts. If you want confirmation for loan accounts or listing of the loan accounts, you enter debtors, creditors, and then the loan as well. Yes, loans liability, loans assets. By this you can select all the ledgers which are there. Okay, by this in F12 there is a feature that you get the group name also along with the name. Okay, show name of the group, Control A. So if you want to share, if you want to send, suppose for 3 parties you want to send it the confirmation, you can just select the party name, spacebar, select 2 more parties, and like that you can select all, control spacebar, which is there at the end of the bottom of the screen. But right now we'll not select all, we'll select 3 or 4 parties, and then we will say F6, mark for confirmation. Okay, once these are sent as mark for confirmation, escape, 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 yeah, display statements of accounts, audit and compliance info, statutory info. Here the external confirmation is there. Yeah, go to this external confirmation. Here if you see the parties that you selected out here is available. Okay, here you can mark them, spacebar, for which you have to send the request. There again you have to click on F5, mark request sent. You can print, okay, request sent. Before doing this, marking the request, you can print the ledger, enter. Okay, so print confirmation letter, print along with the statement of account. The entire ledger accounts can get printed. Yes, see 6 pages have been printed. Okay, our auditors so and so are conducting for this company, and you are requested to give the balance. Okay, and at the same time the balance is attached along with this. Escape. The next page, the entire entry, whatever the ledger account is available. So friends, by doing this, what is effectively done is that you are able to record whatever external confirmations that you have sent. Okay, so here we get the list of parties to whom we have to send and the physical printout of that. Of course, we can send individual mails as well from here. We cannot send collective mails, but we can definitely send individual mails from here by clicking on button called once we click on button print and then email. So that is there, but individual mails can definitely be sent. Okay, so this is how we can send the confirmation request to maybe 5 or 500 different parties at one go. Escape, come back to, suppose you after few days you get the confirmation from them, then you again go to audit and analysis menu. Audit compliance and audit analysis. Yes, in that menu you again go there. Go to the external confirmation part. Other analysis, external confirmation. And whatever confirmation that you have received, you can click on button. You can first press spacebar and then click on mark for confirm. Select and in the where you have sent for confirmation. Yeah, AdView consultant. AdView consultants on the other part.
Okay, AD K1.
Yes.
AdView. Huh.
So press enter. Select spacebar, sir. Yeah, you get this button called confirm mark for confirm balance. Alt F6. Yeah.
Confirmed balance. This.
Yes. Yeah. What is the confirmed balance that you have received from them? That particular party for Akshay Trust. You can note down, and you can also note down the remark. Put the balance. Put any balance. Okay. Yeah. Right. Just mute your.
Yeah.
These are challenging times, and okay. So this is how you can get the confirmation balance as well from, and you can note down from which party we have received this confirmation. So this again is this is the entire feature that I wanted to share. If any of you want a complete documentation on this, please do inform us back. We will be sharing our contact details once again with you guys. And let me show the third feature which I wish to share. Escape in the audit menu. Yeah, escape. Friends, for making the audit, what is important that for deciding which purchase and sales ledger are not following the trend, you should first know that how is the working which has been made. There is one particular button called analytical procedure. What was my previous year's trend and what is my current year's trend? So if I have to compare my previous year trend to the current year trends, there are many options which are available. And here, if you see that ledger to ledger, group to ledgers, and all those options are available. Go to group, select sales, select purchases, enter. So if you see, this is the trend. There's very less data in this. Go to expenses and sales then. Comparison between sales, base group sales, expenses, indirect. Yeah. So this is how that comparison can be made. Okay, what was there in the current year, previous year? I think data is not there properly. Then, Hiral, you have not selected the data for the previous year is 10-11.
Okay, no, I've selected for the current year I've selected, and for previous year also. 1 second,
Yeah.
I'll go
So
back
10,
again.
11 and 11, 12. That is the data that
Audit
should be.
analysis.
Anyways, this is how we can compare, and it shows some interesting menu. Some of us asked us the query. Okay, let's not get into it. Here, but that is where it is 10. Current from
11
10, 11.
month.
Current year is 11,
This
12.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, and previous year is 10, 11.
Yes.
Yes. So this is how this comparison can be made: sales to sales, sales to expenses, and here you can decide where the trend was wrong or where the trend was correct. I hope this feature is an interesting feature for you to operate. Okay, so that's something really useful for auditors to decide that which expenses are not following the trend, which expenses are following the trend. So those can be accounted for. Okay, one more feature that somebody asked me in the chat box. Escape, escape. Is the financial statements. Yeah, go to this audit and compliance. Financial statements, balance sheet. So this is a Schedule 6 balance sheet which is available in Tally, and you can configure it further. You can configure it further in terms of suppose certain loan accounts and certain details have not been configured it properly. This you can do it. Friends, to share my methodology of how I learned Tally is to go to help menu. Okay, help.tallysolutions.com. That is the fantastic website. It has got covered n number of queries that you want to, you can raise, and you can see solutions screen by screen. I have also learned it from there itself. So this also Schedule 6 balance sheet, how to configure it, what to do it. You can take our help. Hiralbhai is going to share the contact details for us. But this is something really fantastic. Just 2 days back, a chartered accountant from Bangalore shared with us that for all his clients, corporate clients, where there is a single data, he has started to use this Schedule 6 balance sheet, because in this you can print notes, you can export the entire uh, 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 groupings all together, and it is something really very nice. But yes, it is a very basic format, and some of you may like it, and some of you may not like it, but definitely you can add the note numbers and these things. So right now, due to paucity of time, we will not go to entire aspects, but definitely I have shown you one way is that go to help.tallysolutions.com, type the matter, whatever you wish to learn, and there you get screen by screen details of it. Friends, in the next week, we are going to prepare some training modules for GST as well. Those of you who wish to learn on GST, please put it in your question, or please do let us know what are your queries on GST or on any other features of it, on any other features of Tally, because this lockdown is extended in Bombay, and I would wish that we conduct more and more knowledge sessions. Coming back to PPT, Hiralbhai.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the time, by the time some of the question and answers, you see our contact details, I would be looking at some of the questions that we might have it. One second. Hi, Hiralbhai, you can answer for somebody who has asked 100 transactions in a day, and I would then,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Sachin sir has asked that if I do around 100 entries in one Tally company, then I realize that it's wrong Tally company, then is there any option to delete and do those entry in the correct Tally company? Yes, what you can do is instead of when you're realizing that the entries are wrong, or say uh, if you want that if you're entering into a particular tally company, you can either use marked voucher feature. But in marked voucher feature, what is the option available is that you can select the marked voucher feature in tally. You can do the entries and you can export it in excel xml format, and you can re-import it into tally. But here the situation is that you realize that it is wrong tally company after you have entered it. So you can either export the transactions, you can select those transactions from daybook XML format, and you can import it into another tally company, provided that all those masters, I mean the ledgers which you have created in that company, in those particular entries, should be of the same name in that particular other tally company. So you can easily do that. You can use the XML import format, XML tally import export. I'll just show you. So you can use this import data. You can import the vouchers. You can first export the vouchers from daybook, and you can import the XML file of that daybook from this particular path, or wherever that particular path is being saved. So you can import those entries back into tally in few minutes. I hope I've answered that question, Sachin bhai.
Okay, so there is one more feature that I wish to share is when we are collaborating with uh, two or three employees, how we can collaborate further. Okay, there is one functionality which has come in Tally. Is Hirabai, can you just go to F11?
Yeah,
F11.
yeah,
Accounting features. Select the company, current year,
yeah.
and at the end there is one button called Mark Changed Voucher. You can activate that, and once you have activated this, from now on whatever new entry which we have done would be stored in a separate bucket within Tally. You can export those transactions and re-import it in another Tally. Okay, so what Sachin Bhai example give example, if mark voucher feature was activated, then that XML feature what Hiral Bhai showed would have worked very easily. But then nevertheless, this is something where when two persons or three persons are working in one data only, and you all need to collaborate with each other, then please activate mark change voucher feature in the F11, and then all of us can work together in their respective Tally data. Suppose they are all at separate location, and then by using this feature, you can go to here. Can you just show where do you get
Yeah, yeah.
this marked bucket?
Display
Exception
statutory
reports.
reports
No.
and
Display exception
okay,
reports.
exception reports. Yeah. Exception reports, marked vouchers.
And here we get the marked voucher list. Okay, so these are the transactions which have been marked as those have been created. After that, you can export only these transactions as an XML. You can see they are of different dates. You can export it in XML and re-import it in another company. So that is one feature which is there available in Tally for the auditors. If they are entering some transactions and they want to send it to their clients, only those audit queries he wants to send it, this they can use it. At the same time, if the client has entered some more data after activating this F11 mark vouchers features, he can carry out those additional transaction, and then send only this incremental XML transactions. To tell to put a word of caution, do not change the master structure while you are working with this mark voucher. By changing the master structure, do not change the name of the master or change the group of the master, and do not delete any of the previous transactions. These are the two words of caution that I wish to share with you. And with that, if there are any more questions, do let us know, or else we would be ending the session. Hiral, any more questions?
No, sir.
Wonderful. So many of us have filled the form, and I would request that please do go and fill the form. Here, if you could just show the link once again.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is the link. Please go ahead and fill up your details. One of our trained team members will connect back to you. And friends, stay happy, stay safe at your end. Thank you. Hiral, if you could want to add.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for attending and giving your valuable time. So just stay safe and use your time productively. And I hope that almost we get all the responses for this particular trial. And I hope everyone avails this particular offer. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. And we will be making such webinars, and we will be conducting such webinars soon, more in future. So stay connected with AIMTech. Thank you so much.